Renewables change the rhythm. The easiest mistake is to treat solar panels tilting toward light, turbines moving in wind, and inverters humming beside fields as a simple convenience. Electricity is so familiar that it can feel almost weightless, as if power simply appears whenever a person asks for it. But behind that ordinary scene is variable supply, forecasting, geography, storage, transmission, electronics, and timing. The current that reaches a room is not a small private miracle. It is the result of a public system that has to stay balanced while millions of demands arrive at once. Think of it as a power source that listens closely to weather. That image matters because electricity is not really stored in the wall, waiting in silence. It is produced, transformed, routed, protected, measured, and controlled across a network that is always adjusting. Some parts of that network are huge and visible. Others are buried, locked away, or hidden inside the objects people use without thinking. Together, they make modern routine feel effortless. This is why renewable generation can reduce fuel dependence while asking the grid to become more flexible. A switch, a charger, a train, a pump, a hospital monitor, or a server does not stand alone. Each one is part of a chain of equipment and labor that has to answer demand safely. When the chain works, electricity feels like background. When it fails, people suddenly see how many habits depended on it. There is also a human side to the system. The challenge is not only making clean power, but matching it to the moments people need power. Electricity shapes comfort, work, health, food storage, communication, safety, travel, and the rhythm of night and day. It decides what can be automated, what can be cooled, what can be kept alive, and what can happen after dark. The grid is technical, but its consequences are deeply personal. The hidden life of electricity is hidden partly because it is successful. It vanishes into usefulness. It becomes light, motion, heat, cold, sound, information, and care. Renewables change the grid from a steady engine into a more responsive conversation. Once that is understood, electricity stops looking like a background service and starts looking like one of the most delicate agreements in everyday life. Storage changes the clock. The easiest mistake is to treat large battery containers, pumped water, flywheels, control screens, and charging stations waiting for demand as a simple convenience. Electricity is so familiar that it can feel almost weightless, as if power simply appears whenever a person asks for it. But behind that ordinary scene is timing, reserves, frequency, chemistry, dispatch, peaks, valleys, and flexibility. The current that reaches a room is not